All right, and with that, race fans, it is time to rock and roll here for night number 2. Seeing the lights already going out across the racetrack as we get ready for our first heat race of the night. Will be the IMCA Sport Mods. On the pole in the 85 JR is Brian Bullis with Anthony Madrid to his outside, the 925. Eric Murphy in the 45M inside of row 2 with Donnie Hampel in the number 30 to his outside. Jason Morrison, 11FC. Mark Harrison out to his outside in the 20 will make up row 3. Row 4, Michael Gron, last night's winner, Bo Partain, the 75C. Rex Hazley, Speed Madrid, round out your field of 10. You're going to go 8 laps here tonight. Night number 2 is underway for the John Morris Classic. And will be Anthony Madrid taking the early race lead off of turn number 2. He leads the field down the back straightaway. He's broken out about 4 car length advantage right now over Brian Bullis. Then it's the 30 machine of Donnie Hampel running in third, but Hampel getting all the pressure put on him from the 75C. Last night's minute winner, Bo Partain. Partain, though, drove it in pretty deep into turn number 4, washed up the racetrack, allowed Speed Madrid to close up his back bumper. Top 2 drivers have broken away. Then it's 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now, putting on a little battle led by Hampel in the number 30 machine, followed by Partain and Speed Madrid, who goes a little high on the racetrack. That allows Mark Harrison to close the gap. Now Madrid diamonds off turn number 4, sneaks by Bo Partain with ease that lap, move him up to that 4th spot. Partain trying to fight back on the inside car, washes up the racetrack though, as Speed Madrid able to drive away from him in that 4th spot. Now Partain falling to the clutches of the number 20 machine of Mark Harrison. So they go through turns 3 and 4. Partain going to try to do the same thing that Speed Madrid did to him last lap, as Madrid once again diamonds off that corner, trying to reel in the 30 machine of Hampel. That yellow and red machine of Hampel right now being scored in 3rd as they're side by side once again for 4th. Partain down to the inside of Madrid, works their way into turn number 3 down the back straightaway, almost made contact there off the turn number 4 as Madrid throttles out and drives away by 1 car length over Partain. Partain still scored in the 5th spot with Mark Harrison in 6th. The man out front is Anthony Madrid. He has a full straightaway advantage right now over 2nd place running 85 JR of Brian Bullis. Number 30, Don Hampel. He is driven away from Speed Madrid, Bo Partain, as they continue their battle for that 4th position. Right now, it is Speed Madrid who has it. See if Bo Partain has anything for him here with 3 laps to go as they come off a turn at number 2. Just 2.5 laps left for them, and 2 laps left for your race leader, Anthony Madrid, as he crosses the stripe right now. Partain trying to give Speed Madrid all he can, does not have anything for him right now as we catch up with Anthony Madrid down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He'll lead the field off of turn number 4. The white laundry in the air this time for the 925. Anthony Madrid coming out of some retirement this weekend, looking to put her in victory lane here tonight. Off of turn number 2, that 925 machine can stretch his legs out one final time through turns 3 and 4. He will win heat race number 1, followed by Brian Bullis, as it's a 3-car battle for the 3rd spot now between Hampel, Madrid, and Partain. Little contact made between Madrid and Partain. Hampel drives away. Madrid comes home in 4th. 5th is Bo Partain. Get ready for heat race number 2. On the pole in the 0 machine is Darren Center. Ron Schreiner in the 597 will start to his outside. Brian Miller out of Glendale, Arizona in the 22. He'll line up inside row 2 with Joey Jock in the 79J out of Mesa, Arizona to his outside. Then it's Ty Rogers driving out of Somerton, Arizona in the 8T with Steve Duffy in the 25D. Making the call here tonight. Lining up outside of row number 3. Renee Madrid Jr. He'll line up inside of row 4 in the 15M out of Peoria with Michael Sabowski in the 10X. Then it's Terry Bridges inside row number 5 in the 8M, and to his outside is Justin Brearley out of Yuma, Arizona in the 23. All right, getting ready for our 2nd heat race of the night for the IMCA Sport Mods. Darren Center, Ron Schreiner out front. Green flag is in the air. Another 8 laps. So Schreiner takes the race lead. He's going to use that middle groove along with Darren Center as they go 3 wide behind him. Ty Rogers trying to make something happen down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Can't quite do anything, though, with Brian Miller as Joey Jock drives away from that. He'll hang on to that 3rd spot. Then it's going to be Ty Rogers side by side for 5th right now with Michael Zabowski trying to reel him in that 10X. Ron Schreiner leads lap number 1, followed by Darren Center in second as Brian Miller starts to put the pressure on Joey Jock in the 79J. Those 4 cars are driven away just a smidge from Steve Duffy in that black 25D, who sits in 5th right now. Ty Rogers in 6th. Off of turn number 4 they come. It's still Schreiner over Center. Then it's Joey Jock by about half a car length over Brian Miller as Michael Sabowski goes top shelf on Steve Duffy, trying to reel him in for that 5th spot as here comes Miller down the inside of Joey Jock. Darren Center has issues down the back straightaway. He's going to lose a lot of positions now. He's all the way on the bottom side of the racetrack and will fall all the way to the back of the pack. See if he gets that car off the racetrack as Michael Sabowski makes contact hard with the wall off of turn number 4. Yellow flag will fly. Michael Sabowski and Justin Brearley, the 23, rounding out the field. So it will be a single file restart here with 5 laps to go in heat race number 2. Schreiner out front, Joey Jock in second. Miller is third, Duffy and Madrid. Your top 5 as lights are out on the racetrack. The sun finally setting in and getting ready for a fun night of racing here at Arizona Speedway. Green flag back in the air as Conrad Santa Cruz brings the field to life. Ron Schreiner leads him into turn number 1. Joey Jock looked like he was going to go top shelf that time, trying to work his way around the race leader. Steve Duffy looks to the inside of Brian Miller for third. Rene Madrid got a shot right in the shorts from Terry Bridges in that A&M. That was going to move Rene Madrid to the outside of Steve Duffy as he starts to inch closer and closer to Brian Miller. Here comes Bridges now. That car's come to life. He looks to the inside of Rene Madrid. They go 3 wide with Miller up top. Miller able to scoot away from that battle for 4th now as Madrid and Bridges go side by side down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Madrid still has the position. Bridges down to the inside. Looks like he'll fall in line behind the 15M of Madrid as they work their way into turn number 1. That is a battle for 4th on the racetrack. Bridges once again all over the back bumper over Nate Madrid, who has a little bit of a slip up off of turn number 2. Car looks to be a little loose at the exit of turn number 2 right now for Rene Madrid. So he's going to try to use that lower line, give Bridges the top side of the racetrack, and he's going to crowd him. But Bridges, though, not going to be denied. He takes over that spot. A little contact made. Madrid went all over the racetrack there. See if Steve Duffy and the 25D and Ty Rogers have anything for that 15M. As the white flag will fly, it's been all Ron Schreiner out front of this one as he leads the field into turn number 1 with about a 10-car length advantage. Down the back straightaway he goes as the battle heats up for that 3rd spot between Miller and Bridges. Miller going to drive away from Bridges off of turn number 2. Ron Schreiner, he's driven away from everybody off of turn number 4. Checker flag in the air. He'll win heat race number 2 over Joey Jock, who holds on barely by over that 22 of Brian Miller and the 8M of Terry Bridges. On the pole for heat race number 3 will be the 1S of Shelby Fry, driving out of Chandler, Arizona, and Brandon Jennings to the outside of Bakersfield, California in the 28J. Marcos Borquez out of Coolidge AZ in the 69X. He'll line up inside row 2 with Brian Baker to his outside in the 11B out of Bakersfield, California. Clay Erickson, the 11B inside row 3. Heath Dry in the 7TJ to his outside. Aaron Farrell, Justin Erickson, and Jonathan Jensen. Your drivers here for this 3rd and final heat race of the night as the green flag is in the air. We're underway. Right out of the chute, they come. Justin Erickson was the show last night during the main event as everybody's catfishing around the bottom. Justin Erickson, he was ripping the lip, and that 14E is right now, he is 4th on the racetrack, and he's going to go right back to the top side of the racetrack. Works around Heath Dry. So Erickson goes to that 3rd spot as Brandon Jennings leads lap number 1 over Shelby Fry. Erickson, though, trying to work his way around the 1S. Dr. Shelby and her fiance Chase Alves earlier in the pits. Chase Alves said they were throwing everything at it because they were absolute garbage last night. Man, look at Justin Erickson. Just goes around the outside of Shelby Fry. He'll take over that 2nd spot. Last night he said if you can't win the show, you might as well be the show. And here tonight, looks like he's going to be the show and lead the show here, at least in heat race number 3, as he looks to the outside of the 28J of Jensen. Justin Erickson, the 14E, a man on a mission as Shelby Fry and Heath Dry make contact off of 4. All those drivers able to drive away as Shelby Fry looks underneath. Jensen now can't quite do anything with him. Falls right back to the front nose of the 7TG of Heath Dry. Dry still can't get around her. He'll settle in that 4th spot with Brian Baker in a 5th. Out front, though, it's all Justin Erickson, the 14E, followed by Jensen, Fry, Dry, and Baker. Marcos Borges 69X almost made contact with the wall for turn number 4. Right now finds himself running in 9th, right behind Clay Erickson. As Justin Erickson is driven away from Brandon Jennings in that 28J. Shelby Fry now starting to put the moves on Jennings as those two drivers are driven away from Dry, the number 7 machine, who's fallen back to the 11B of Baker. Laps winding down here, 2 to go for Erickson as Jennings has that 2nd spot. Now he has a pretty comfortable gap between himself and Shelby Fry. See if Heath Dry has anything for Shelby Fry here in these last couple laps. So a lot of social distancing happening out there on the racetrack as smoke comes out of the 28J of Jennings. Here is coming to the white flag. He's going to pull on over, take her in the infield. That moves Shelby Fry and the rest of the field up 1 spot here on the white flag lap. As Justin Erickson, he sees none of this. All he sees outside his windshield is clear skies, and it's about to be a checkered flag as Conrad Santa Cruz has it off of turn number 4. Justin Erickson will win heat race number 3. Shelby Fry comes home in 2nd. 3rd is Heath Dry. 4th is Brian Baker. The 25J of Jensen rounds out your top 5.